is thank a lot of people had involvement in assisting us with getting this going from last January. A lot of big decisions need to be made. Lots of gathering, lots of preparing. Our house group has spent long hours in preparation for this feast. It's been a special day for all of us. We have so many people to thank tonight from every community up and down the coast. Idaho, Akron. I know it was a busy long weekend for everyone. You all made it here to join us, to join my mom, my aunts. You might not know how Steve and I are related. Steve is my younger auntie's oldest son. Steve and I grew up together. We grew up with same beliefs, same grandmother. It's been a wonderful month spending with Steve off and on, reconnecting with our grandmother. Special thing she taught us over the years. When I came down to Hartley to visit, and Steve was still living in their old house. Steve and I are about a year apart, but we shared a lifetime of memories from our grandmother, Dora Eaton. It was neat sitting down listening to stories from Steve, sitting in the campground and sitting in his house, sitting on the phone, messaging at night. It was, we were brought up understanding we had a duty, all of us, young and old. All my old uncles have passed in the past 20 years. To the point my mom and my Auntie Arlene are the only two from that family. So yes, it's going to be a big job fulfilling my grandmother's wishes to keep this house in order, to work together, to empower each other, to share, to give, to cry and to laugh, and to be there for each other every day, like we have for last month. A lot of sweat, a lot of tears in the last 2 weeks. It's been a busy time. It was unfortunate that Jimmy Robinson couldn't be here with us tonight. He didn't make the trip up from Hartley Bay. He's down with us. He's down with our house group. There's a few people missing tonight. I wish he could have been here. It was very empowering hearing from Steve, saying after he talked to Uncle Jimmy, giving us the go-ahead to have this feast in Prince Rupert. We would have loved to have gone home to Hartley Bay with friends and family, especially from Idaho. It seemed like a central place to be, a central place to gather, to spend this night with Steve, to see him take my Uncle's chief's name. So that's what we did. We came, we did, and I hope we all leave here happy. It was a wonderful night. It was fitting to talk with David to come down, knowing that my grandfather, John Eaton, had descendants in his dance group. We joined the people in Tafkwana last year. When we landed, there were 9 canoes. And the rest of our family from Gathering Strength. A lot of you are here today still. Some of you could not make it. When we landed on those shores in Medicama, we came around that point, we really understood that these are our families standing on the shore. Harvey had lots of good discussions with our family up there during their visit. He even had a good feed alimony with our family up there. It was a wonderful time sharing, finding out a lot about our family. When my grandfather joined, he was one of the original people that went up to the canoes as a very young boy. And that's the first thing when I had my canoe group come down from Medicala to join us in our canoe. That was the first thing they mentioned, is our connection. They all knew who they were and how they were connected to us through the Booth family, through the Edens. That was the first thing they said when they came to my door. We're related, we're family. We know your grandfather. That was a very special time for us to be there, so it was a very fitting invitation. I went out to David to bring a song and dance down here, Prince Rupert. I never thought it was possible bringing this many dance groups together. It really came together for us tonight. I thank all of you that made that ferry ride from Medicala last night to Ketchikan at 2:30 in the morning. Our wires kind of got crossed a bit. I was expecting them at 2:30 this afternoon, and my phone was ringing off the hook last night, and we made it happen though. David made the best of things. He found a hotel, and he could sleep and he could rest and practice. Thank you, David. I'd like to ask you to come forward if you can, if you after your dance group. You can come up here. You can come forward, David. I'm not texting, I just left a bunch of notes here from last night. I got this fusion, I got a bit of a cold. For you and your dance group. I just want to ask Gary Brown to come forward and join me in the front area. You can come forward, Gary Brown. After meeting some of your family, all the trips we made to Kala. Understanding we have family still there. My grandmother always spoke very highly of her. Every time they come to my mom's house to visit Brown, I'd be sitting in my room and my grandmother would listen. I would listen. And you hear all the laughter. Aunties, grandparents, family. Always remember that. I made a couple of paddles in the last couple of weeks. So I came down with the cold and I had to stop. Couldn't stand no more and I couldn't do anything. My shop was off limits for it. So I carved a paddle and knowing that His power and energy comes from our battles, takes us on the journeys, empowers us. I thought it was only fitting to share one of my battles with you and your family, to help you on your journey. So I hope you accept this from us, Steve and I.